come in.
Hello, I'm Slavyk from Salesforce. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. My name is Taylor. Please sit down.
Thank you so much. Taylor, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. I had a good time with family, so that was always enjoyable.
Nice.
Yeah. How about yourself?
My weekend was great. Actually, I can relate a lot to that because I usually spend my weekends with my family as well.
Oh, good for you.
Taylor, before we continue, I want to go ahead and give you my business card so you can contact me if you have any questions or concerns. And you can reach me at any time as well.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Perfect. And is anybody else going to be joining us today? Any other decision maker that might need to be here?
Yes, Jeff is another decision maker. He unfortunately wasn't able to make it today, but I will pass along all this information to him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, you guys are currently in the market for a new CRM, and I'm here today to discuss to you kind of where Five is as a company. I want to get a better understanding for your positioning, your sales team, and the processes behind that.
Of course. Let's go for it.
And before we start, is it okay if I take notes today so I can take back some of this information with me?
Oh, yeah. Whatever you got to do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about the CRM that Five is currently using?
Yes. So right now we're using Excel and Outlook. And we chose this path because it's a very simple platform for everybody to use. However, we have allowed for our employees to use a third party if they choose to be flexible. So
I see. Yeah. And can you elaborate a little bit on this third-party CRM that you let your reps use?
Yeah. So currently each employee are using different CRM. So this was designed to allow them some flexibility, but it's led to more issues because some CRMs don't communicate well with each other. So it hasn't allowed for an effective collaboration as a team.
Well, Ms. Taylor, it sounds like you have a little bit of an overlap going on along with your miscommunication.
Yeah, that's definitely the case.
And can you describe to me a little bit more about your sales team?
Yeah, so right now we have 32 people on our sales staff, and we have 8 back office support team members along with 3 analysts. So our sales team is consistently calling our existing clients and prospecting to develop better relationships.
Perfect. And the 32 people on your sales staff, along with the support and the analysts, are they located in one location, or do you have a spread across the United States?
Yeah, well, our headquarters is located in Irving, Texas. We do have sales departments that's comprised of 4 different center of gravities, one in North Texas, Houston, Mexico, and Northeast. And each director supports their team, and they report it back to myself and Jeff.
I see. Okay. And Ms. Taylor, are you experiencing any growth at the moment, or are you expecting to grow as a company?
Oh, absolutely. We've had a very strong growth from day one, and we've approximately 120 to 130% growth every year since.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. So, currently we have about 2,000 clients, and we plan to continue that path.
Awesome. Well, I mean, that's excellent growth. Not a lot of small businesses see that. And with that growth, are you expecting to go internationally with it?
Yeah, actually, we've just expanded to Mexico. We also received a license to operate in Canada, but we haven't done so yet.
I see. And if you don't mind, can you go a little bit more about this growth? Obviously, you're seeking more revenue. You're trying to grow as a company. Are there any other target points that you're seeking to achieve?
Yeah, we're definitely looking to achieve a greater market share within regions of operation. So the five plans to use this new CRM to manage the sales pipeline, have a better visibility of control and of all the centers of gravities, and integrate communication under one roof. That's our main goal with that.
I see. I think those are great goals, actually, and I think to get a hold of the market share is a smart strategy. But I do want to go back to what you mentioned earlier in terms of miscommunication and that overlap, and I want to see what kind of problems that's causing for you and your customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So, unfortunately, we have had some customer complaints as far as overlap. We've had some of our own customers been contacted by more than one sales representative, which has caused some confusion. Of course, makes us look bad as a company. We're unorganized in that sense. However, there's also been missed out potential customers because our sales staff doesn't have the tools they need to locate and contact the new customers in a timely manner.
I see. And I can definitely see how that would be a problem for a growing company like yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have any other concerns besides that with your current CRM?
Well, besides the overlap issue, the lack of mobility, which slows down our sales rep tremendously. Along with that, our current system doesn't allow for us to comprehensively manage our deal flow and current relationships.
I see. So from what I'm understanding, it sounds to me like you really want to focus on relationship management, collaboration, visibility from top down from management, and team collaboration perhaps, and a little bit of mobility. Is that kind of the same thing, the same goals that you're kind of structuring and striving for?
Definitely.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, besides from this, I want to talk to you a little bit about what happens when somebody leaves your company.
Well, unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have a way to control the customers that they can take with them.
I see.
So because they're all using different CRMs from our Outlook platform, so we would like to have more control and a better process in place when this happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that control is important, especially with the growth. You want to make sure you retain your clients.
Yeah.
How often does your sales team come into the office?
Well, currently right now, they come in and out of the office. We encourage them to be out and about visiting clients and prospecting.
Okay.
They visit about once a week to meet and deal with the team selling. That way they can strategize together.
I see. And kind of following up on that last note that you mentioned about the team selling, I haven't had a chance yet to ask you about your team atmosphere. How is that structure working for you?
Okay, well, the way that works is approximately 20% of our current deals are represented as a team.
Okay.
So our teams have to meet up frequently at the office to plan and develop that strategy. And since we lack that accessibility to all the same information, they have to do that.
I see. Yeah, I completely understand now where you're coming from in terms of that mobility and the transparency that you're seeking. What impact can your problems today have on the future of Five if we don't assess these needs today or in the relative short-term future?
Well, I mean, we need to get down to these problems because bottom line is it affects our bottom line severely. Okay. And also our customer relationships would be hindered in our positive relationships with our customers, top priority for our company.
I understand. And kind of continuing on that note, I know you mentioned your bottom line. Can you tell me a little bit more about the financial impact on Five, that the CRM problems that you have and how they're not meeting your expectations?
Yes, overall, if the CRM system doesn't meet our needs, Five will most likely lose a lot of customers and employees. Lost customers leads to lost sales and lost revenues, can cost us thousands of dollars, of course. And along with that, we want to make sure our employees are satisfied. And when they're dissatisfied, we have high turnover rate, which in turn is a very high cost for us. So it's very crucial for us to have a good CRM in place.
Of course. And I think that's a great point. I think your employees are gonna be able to take a new CRM that meets their needs as a growing company, and then you will be able to retain them better.
Yeah.
Ms. Taylor, what are you actively looking for in a new CRM, and do you have any concerns besides anything that we've discussed?
Well, I guess Jeff's and I's biggest concern is the learning curve that everybody involved with familiarizing the same system for Salesforce, for example, if we were to hire. So that's a suspicion of ours, since it is a cloud-based offering.
I see. Now, I do understand your concerns. And how would Salesforce being able to formulate a solution to all these problems for you impact your business?
Well, if these issues were to be resolved, Five would potentially use extra time to generate more revenue and spend more time with our current and prospecting clients, and that's the most important thing when it comes down to.
I see. So you're telling me that you're going to gain a lot of extra time and a lot of extra profit, and these seem to be very crucial points for your business. What would you do with that extra time and the extra profit once you obtain it?
Absolutely. So we would bring it all back to our clients, from prospecting to building relationships. We could definitely use these assets to support Five as a whole. And I can see this definitely being something we could pursue. Awesome.
Well, I'm definitely glad to hear that. And of course, I want to say that I want to show you a way that Salesforce can provide all these solutions for you. And I want to see if you would be interested in a follow-up meeting with me so I can discuss a tailored CRM for you, fitted or customized around all of these needs.
Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to hear that out.
Perfect. Maybe next Friday around 3 o'clock would work okay for you?
I believe that works, yes.
Awesome. Well, Ms. Taylor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
appreciate
Slavyk.
it.
Appreciate you.
All right, now we gotta see which one we like better.